What happens when you don't play Apex for a long time? What is a thing that Apex can do to re-spark your joy of playing the game when you're feeling burnt out? Does a new season invigorate you even though there are no real substantial changes coming? My name is Flame078, the normal gamer, here to discuss Apex and gaming related topics from this average normal perspective. That way us normies can vent out our frustrations and have a positive, productive conversations. Today's video, we're going to be discussing Season 15. Will it have the impact the community needs in order for this to thrive? And basically my first impressions. So without further ado, let's get to it. So before jumping into Season 15 and my thoughts and whatnot, I gotta discuss Season 14, because Season 14 I experienced my hardest fall off in the game I have ever had in the lifespan of the game. I am a Season 0 player, ladies and gentlemen, and I've taken a week or two here and there, but I have been consistently playing this game at least 2 to 4 times a week, just because I've been enjoying the game and I love the game. But in Season 14, especially after Split 2, I ghosted Apex. And if you've been following Apex in any discussion forum, this idea of being burnt out by Apex or falling off of Apex, especially during last season, was not uncommon. Most people are just getting sick of the game, so you're like, oh great, another creator who fell off and came back this new season. Well, not exactly. My reasons were a lot more practicable, a lot more relatable to the casual normal player base. Yes, it is important to note that, yeah, you can fall off a game, you can follow interest, that's pretty normal, but you know what else is pretty normal? Life. Like, I just had more important things to do during the later half of Season 14 that I just was not gaming, period. I was moving, I was traveling a lot, relationships, family, like I just had priorities that I needed to take care of, and gaming, like most adult gamers in this space and what we talk about in this community a lot, is that happens. That is a very real thing that happens. Because at the start of Season 14, I enjoyed it. I was having a lot of fun. I was creating content at the start of September. Like, I was pushing really good stuff, and I was really excited for the second half because I was working on Season 14 videos that you can check on screen right now that I didn't get to finish, which I hope I get to finish. I want to get back to those videos, but it's like, the only reason I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, is because I just want you guys to know that it's not that I feel burnt out per se like everyone else in the community. I just fell off because I had shit to do. But to say that I'm still as eager to play Apex would be a lie. I do feel the burnout, I do feel the staleness getting to me of Apex. So that was a factor going into Season 15. So I may not have been fully off, oh my god, Apex is dying kind of mindset going to Season 15, but I definitely was relating to like, yo, Season 15 needs to pop off. I want to shake off these shackles of like, oh god, Apex is like screwing me over. Like, I just wanted to enjoy Apex in all regards, right, for Season 15. And that is a weird mindset to have going into it, not going to front, simply put, because that is a recipe for failure. So when we got those patch notes, I, just like everyone else in the community, I was really annoyed. I was upset, like, god damn, really? But in hindsight, it made perfect sense. Yes, of course, I'm still annoyed at Apex, but there was something else bumming me out, I think a little bit more than just what was going on. No other modern gaming title in my recent memory feels so punishing to leave for an extended period of time. I have to tell you guys, I hated playing Apex leading up to Season 15 and even the first couple of days into it. The time away felt punishing, and to the point where it felt like, is it even worth getting back into this game? That is something exclusive to Apex in my opinion. I have never felt this way in any other title. Call of Duty, Halo, even Overwatch 2, where these games I don't play as often and I do have just as much extended breaks in them, don't feel as noobish as green going back into those games. Whereas as an Apex, I feel like I am a level 10 player again. And that was extremely frustrating. So combine that with the actual stale state of Apex, it created a mixed bag playing for the first couple of days of the season. And it unfortunately reinforced a lot of those ideas where, yo, if season 15 fails, Apex is dying, which is not true, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Hey, so before we actually get into season 15 and breaking that down, I just wanted to ask you guys, the viewers who got to this point of this video, if you related to anything I just said about Apex burnout, feeling frustrated with the game, feeling like the game is really hard to get back into if you haven't played in a while. I want to know your experiences, so comment down below if you relate to any of that. And if you have, I would really do appreciate if you hit that like button, as it would help me and signal to me that you're interested in having these conversations. But no need to make this video longer. Let's continue talking about season 15. The new map Broken Moon, I have been thoroughly enjoying. The new map is a lot of fun. I think as a pub casual experience, it checks a lot of the boxes. It has interesting POIs, it has good map design, it feels like your rotation decisions matter and can really make or break your game in a good way, versus like say Kings Canyon, where any kind of rotation feels punishable because you just don't know what's going to happen. Feels a little bit more predictable. Like Broken Moon, I think is designed really nicely from that pub casual perspective. Of course, you know, no map design can tackle the map experience feels like shit or pacing issues, because honestly, those are rooted in players, the community behavior, and no amount of design will ever fix bad community behavior. It can't fix half the teams dying before ring 1. It can't fix not finding teams because of that issue. It can't help you mitigate third parties when that is the essence of a battle royale. Then don't play that mode if you don't like third parties. But I will say that the experience of pacing does seem way better than Stormpoint, considering we hate that as a pub map, and we also hate Kings Canyon as a pub map because of the frequentness of third partying and uncontrolled kind of rotations that happen on that map. I think it sits really well in those two extremes. When it comes to ranked viability and competitive integrity, I'm gonna sit on that for a little bit, because you know, I want to play through the rest of the split before casting my vote there. Catalyst is the newest defensive legend coming to the roster with some really neat abilities. The drama around the wall hack counter, I'm just going to briefly discuss it. I personally think that it was, you know, one of those things where the pros were really frustrated with the wall hack meta, and they just wanted a solution, and I think they kind of did a little bit of projecting there, in my opinion, because the launch trailer and whatnot, you know, it's not gameplay, right? But I'm just gonna leave it at that. Her kit is really interesting. Like Vantage, I think this legend also fits in my repertoire of how I like to play Apex. The anchor role, the support role, the secondary fragger role. Like, I enjoy these playstyles a lot in Apex, especially in the team dynamics, and she fits really well. Considering I put her up against my typical picks of Wattson or Caustic when it comes to this class, she is on par, I will say, and I think has a slight better kind of edge when it comes to, say, fighting outside of buildings, simply because of her ultimate. That wall that she creates allows for good rotations, good cover, so I think she has a little bit more viability in those scenarios. But the biggest thing I want to answer this season for her is, how is she in the solo queue experience? I create content from this aspect because that is my typical experience, and I want to showcase to everyone that you can be a normal player, you can be a solo queue grinder, and improve and grind to diamond, masters, etc. But if you want to get my takes on that, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button, because I don't have the answer to that question yet. So stay tuned, my friends. As highly anticipated games are set to release at the end of the year, another boring, stale season is not going to do any wonders for Apex. Gameplay alone is not going to sustain this game. This game needs to be able to create a fruitful, economy where players are enjoying the game and be able to monetize that appropriately. These long-standing issues of matchmaking, game stability, progression, cross-progression, reward systems all need to be tweaked out because this game will not last consecutive stale seasons, regardless if they add new LTMs, regardless if they change this or that. There are fundamental issues going on right now that they keep pushing back and not addressing. With new titles, like I said, with just interest and the typical nature of gamers losing interest in the game, the sooner Apex get this together, the better. They need to be able to just create a stable economy for the players. And I don't think being stale right now for Season 15 is a direction I want to see Apex going, especially as this season is going to lead us into the next anniversary of the game. I rather much get these foundational issues fixed and addressed, then we can worry about making the game poppin' and adding these new mechanics or bringing life into the game in different ways, right? I rather much stability first. Overall, Season 15 is pretty dope. The new map in the mix will keep the game pretty exciting. I mean, at the end of the day, as a normie player coming after work, I am really much enjoying it. I'm glad it's in the rotation with the other maps, with Olympus, with World's Edge. I think it's going to be really awesome. I cannot wait to continue working on my personal milestones and creating guides and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think of Season 15. But overall, my biggest thing right now is this impact that I want Season 15 to have. I don't think it's going to happen. And as much as it pains me to see otherwise, it's just going to happen later. But what are your thoughts? My name is Flame078. I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, adios.